Hello everyone, welcome back to my Unity beginner tutorial series. At the end of this episode, you will be able to move this object, this player character object, like this through the code. Alright, so in order to move this red capsule, that's my player character. So what I have to do is change in this position. Here in the inspector, when you select the player, you can see the transform component of that object, and here you have this position. And if I change the X value of the position component, you can see this character is moving. So that's what I have to do. I have to change this position through my code. So I'll open my code, and first I'll delete these things that I've done before, that I don't need them anymore. Okay, so in order to access this position, this transform component, I can access it like this using this transform dot position, and here I can set the value of that to anything I need. But first, in order to set that, I will create a new variable, vector3. I'll name it position, and for the default value I'll set new vector3 0 0 0. So vector3 means it's a type of a variable that can hold three floating point values that represents x, y, and z coordinate of the 3D space. Well, so here I can access the x component of this vector like this, position dot x, like that. Alright, so now this value is 0 0, so I'll just set that transform dot position of my player character to whatever the value that I have here. So I'll play the game and just observe what happens. Now as you can see, that moved down to the ground. So if you pay attention here, x is 0, y is 1.5, and z is 0. So if I play the game, you will see that everything becomes 0 including y. That's because I have set everything to 0 here. So in order to make it keep it over the ground, I need to make this one 1.5, and since these are floating point numbers, I have to add a f, otherwise it will throw an error. Right, now you will see nothing happens when I play the game because the current location and the location I set through the code is same. Okay, now here I'll do this position dot x equals position dot x plus 0.1 f. So I'm going to add 1.1 value to position dot x, and then I'm going to set transform dot position equals position. So let's observe what happens now. As you can see, that capsule is moving to the right of the screen and it goes away. Now how can I make it if it exceeds like this area, that means uh, 10 for the x value. If it has for x position some value more than 10, it should come back, and then if it is here, then it should move it like this. So like this kind of a movement. How to do that? Let me show you. In programming, there is a statement called if. So when I define an if value, if the condition that I put inside these brackets are true, then it will execute whatever I put within these curly brackets. So I'll cut this part, and here if position dot x is smaller than 10, I will do this, and no, that won't work. Let me delete this. Here I'll define a new function, a new variable, float speed x equals 0, no, equals 0.1. So this defines the speed of my character in x direction. So if position dot x is larger than 10, I'll set speed x to minus 0.1 f. Alright, and then here I'll do this, position dot x equals position dot x plus speed x. Now let's see what happens. It starts to come back and it goes away and never come back. So here I will do another if condition. If position dot x is smaller than minus 10, then I need to set speed x equals 0.1 f. Alright, now let's see what happens. Alright, so that's what I wanted to do. Now in the same way, now you should understand, in the same way I can move this character in any direction I need. And I'll stop it for today. Stop here for today. And in the next episodes, I'll show you how to use a key event. So when I press right key, the character will move to right, and when I press the left key, the character will start moving to left. I'll show you how to do that through the code.